Good morning, everybody. You are tuned to Computers 2K now on the Nissan Communications Network. I'm Amnon, your host for the next couple of hours, along with Spence.
Hello. Couple of
Good morning.
hours.
Yeah, just
I had us down for like 10 minutes.
no. You can.
Oh.
I mean, you can leave whenever you wish.
No, it's okay.
And Gal is here.
Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning. Mike and Nick are out of town, so they will not be joining. Not that I know of, anyway. Our number is 919-518-9773, Computers 2K Voice on Skype. And again, today's show is made possible by VMix Software, Telestream's Wirecast software, and is sponsored by Tom Sinclair of Live Streaming Gear.
Mike and Nick will always be forever. Their influence will be forever felt.
Forever felt.
And tempering the output of this grand design.
Spence, they're not dead.
No, not at all.
Hey, let's celebrate the fact that they're
not even close. So, what's happening?
Oh.
What?
Oh, nothing bad.
Oh. Well, I had well, go ahead.
I got a machine from a friend where I'm trying. It's a Vista machine that he has. Actually still works okay. It's a 14-inch laptop, what was considered a business class laptop from, 7 years ago.
Vista working well, that's an oxymoron, no?
Oh, well, it wasn't. And he just was wondering if I could do something with it to make it into a useful machine again. And I did install Windows 10. And for the most part, I mean, there's a few drivers that it didn't find, but it found the Intel video driver, and most everything else works, and it's up and running. Wi-Fi, found the Ethernet card, and I did a look out there for inexpensive licenses because I just did it without the license, did it without a product code, and to try it out to make sure it would work. And so first thing I found were these sites. You go to Tom's Hardware and they have a bunch of recommended sites to buy cheap licenses. And it was running about $27 for a Windows 10 license. Then I continued to search and on eBay, they have them for $4. And I'm wondering, I have purchased licenses before from these inexpensive places and it worked. I was happy with what I got. But $4.95.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And just they have licenses for Office 2016 Pro Plus for the same price. It's interesting. One of the websites that I have been to before, it's not the eBay sites, actually has a disclaimer at the bottom. It says that federal court has ruled that it's okay for us to take these unbundled, unused licenses and resell them at a discount. And I know that it is legal. I guess Microsoft doesn't like it, but
somebody already paid for it, right?
Yeah,
somebody already bought it at one time, right?
Yeah. So they can't stop them from reselling a commodity like that.
Well, the one that we got some from, that SCDkey.com or whatever, they don't have it anymore. It's been a long time since they had any Microsoft products. but I remember I got it was 30 some dollars for a five installation, 5 PCs.
5.
That's how they
I know.
That's how the
I
license
know.
works today. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Which is a nice thing. It's a good thing. I don't think it's by law or anything. It's the
just the
fact
way it
that they
works.
chose. Yeah, the fact that they chose 5 PCs shows they. Well, I mean, they went a long way since the beginning, where they were like 1 PC, 1 copy,
Yeah.
right?
All right.
And it cost an arm and a leg, and so they were pirated like left and right, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
they finally learned the lesson and did right, but yeah, it's still.
Let's say that they're in the process of learning how to actually do it.
I mean, the fact that Microsoft does any open source at all, right? Like sharing with the community development,
Yeah.
that is. But notice that it all started after Bill Gates left as CEO. It's like it probably wouldn't have happened as long as he was there.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yep.
So Spence, why Windows and not a Linux machine?
Because of the user, what he wants to do with it. There's some Windows apps he wants to run. That was my first. I actually loaded. Oh, what did I put on there? Usually I put LXLE on there, but I used a new distribution I hadn't. It's not a new distribution. It's one I'd never tried before. I have it written down. I don't remember what it was. Something I looked for just the simplest, most Windows look interface. LXLE is great, but this one advertised itself as saying the closest thing to uh, Windows 7.
Well, the
So
closest thing to, I mean, everything in Linux is all about the experience in the graphical interface is all about the Windows Manager. And I think that
Chalet, that's what it
Chalet.
was. Yeah.
And is it using Cinnamon as
No,
the Windows one? Because
no.
I found that Cinnamon was the closest to Windows in all aspects, in aspects of managing, in aspects of drag and dropping and stuff like that. Interacting with the desktop. I'll check out Chalet.
And the reason from a it came I think it comes with Firefox, and that was fine. Firefox would work great, and I'm very happy with cross-platform and all that. But the picture manager, I'm not sure. I might have been GIMP. These were things that I wasn't willing to try to explain.
Mm.
I could use them no problem.
Yeah.
But there's some gaming software that they like to use that is Windows based, and plus the photo manager is for what they're doing. I want to make it as easy as possible. So, and if everybody's Windows, so it's in their family. I don't want to. They're not. I would say they're not
I would
eager.
I would answer your question in a whole lot simpler way. If I put Linux on it, I would be doing a lot of support. I would get a lot of calls.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to be on the hook to.
Yeah.
The initial startup would be interesting, but then when they start to use stuff and say,
Yeah.
"Well, I don't know what to do with this,"
Right.
So
that's the problem.
And running updates, the way most of the update managers work are all the same, and it's not going to be like Windows. It's not going to happen automatically. It's going to be there is some intervention. There's some things you have to do. So not that it's hard, but it's different.
Yeah, it is different.
Yep,
definitely different. Well,
it is different. And
so
excuse me if I occasionally mute so I can take a bite of my delicious scone that I've had here.
absolutely.
So.
I had an interesting happening with my phone this week.
Hail damage?
No. I realized that it's not ringing, and I'm getting messages, voicemail on my answering machine, which if it doesn't ring, it goes over to another line in the house, which then goes to the answering machine. I say, what's going on? So I try to dial it. Sure enough, it goes directly to that second line. So I pay, and I hardly ever look at the phone. So I take it out of the holder, and it says right on the front, it says SIM card not readable. And I said, So I opened it and I took the SIM card out and I put it back in and looked at it briefly after it came up, and that message wasn't there. And I said, it must be okay now. Well, it wasn't. And about 2 hours later, it said, no SIM card detected or something like that. So I went over to Verizon and I said, well, what's wrong with that SIM card, guys? I mean, I don't know when it started doing it, but it's a few days. So he went ahead and he made another SIM and he put it in. He said, nope, it's your phone. It's not reading the SIM. So I said, oh, great. So came home, got on eBay, found a brand new phone. I'm still using the old LG G3. And I want to have, I want Kathy and me have the same phone because it's same batteries, same chargers, everything is the same. And it was good. I think it was $76. So I got it. Got it in yesterday morning. Then I started looking how to move the data from the old one to the new one. And there are some LG programs that will allow you to do it. And the one that's used the most is Mobile Switch, they call it. So I downloaded it on both phones and I'm following the instructions and it will not do it. Both of them have the word sender after the name when you bring it up. So I'm going and I'm reading, and instructions saying, put it on this one and put it on the old one and bring it up. And when it comes up, choose to send or receive. That page never comes up. It goes directly into like it's trying to send. So I go and I read what's the requirement. I said, maybe the phone is too old. No, I mean, it needs Android 4.1 or higher, and this is 6. I I can't remember what else was there, but everything was, that's within the parameters that it needs. Yeesh. Tried it again, tried a different one. There is absolutely no way that I can make one phone copy itself, move all the data, copy the data to the new phone. And I don't know if it's because they are the same phone.
No, that should be okay.
Well, it just wouldn't do it. I mean, I tried.
They're on the same Wi-Fi and everything?
Yeah. The problem is that it's not. None of these programs, and I tried 3 of them.
There's
None of
one by
them.
Google themselves.
The what?
It's an Android phone, right? So
Yeah.
there's one. There's a Google app for that by Google.
It seems like I tried one that was a Google, one was the LG, and one was Verizon. Actually, that's what they recommended, and none of them would work. I mean, the phone is working fine. It's everything is working. I installed.
But you can't copy the data.
I just can't. I would hate to sit there and install all the apps and configure and all that when I can just. And I remember doing this when I went from the Samsung to the LG, and that worked. The LG program worked, sucking the data.
And now the new phone is what?
It's the
what
same.
type?
It's an LG G3. I mean, I just bought the exact same phone, same model and everything. And I'm wondering if That is the reason why.
No,
Huh?
that works as well.
That's
Usually. Yeah.
I spent a couple of hours trying and trying and trying. Finally, I said, you know what? Monday, I'm just going to take both phone and go over to Verizon and say, okay, you guys, you recommend this, you recommend. I mean, what's going on, and see what they can say. I mean, there's a way to back it up to the cloud and then download it and all that, but I don't want to have to take the SIM from one phone to the other and switch back and forth, because I know sooner or later that I'm gonna.
I don't think it's first of all, when it comes to the SIM, you don't need to do anything, because nothing is going through the data channel or the
You mean
the provider channel, right?
right?
So you don't once the SIM is there, you don't need to do any switches.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's for sure. The only thing that needs to be checked, so you were able to download an app for the old phone. So the old phone network is working.
Yeah, and the new one is
and
working.
the new one is working. The only thing that would limit it, try this. Okay. On both phones, well, especially on the phone with the SIM,
Yeah.
disable data.
Disable data. Okay.
Yeah, the cellular data. There's usually an icon in the settings.
Yeah.
Disable that and try that.
Okay.
I'll tell you where I got this from. I had a similar situation, not with a phone and another phone, but this was I bought a dash cam that has Wi-Fi capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Now these are all Chinese products usually. The software is usually very generic. You see it in you see the same software in a lot of products, right? With a lot of brands. The brands they're not established or anything, so you never know who's behind them. So I buy this, I install it, and after a week I wanna hook up the Wi-Fi because I want to download the files from it to see how it works.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying and I'm scratching my head and nothing works. The process is that it shows itself as a Wi-Fi hotspot and you connect to it. And then once you connect to it, the software allows you on your phone allows you to browse whatever is on the dash cam. And this way you don't need to take it off and take out the memory card. You just do it with Wi-Fi. And it doesn't work. Nothing works. So I go to forums, I go to nothing. Wasted a couple of hours, exactly like you. But then I sent a support request to the company. They had a support channel, so that was good. And I get a response rather quickly. And they're baffled on their side as well. Can't figure it out. A couple of days go through of ping pongs through email. And I did everything. Most of the stuff that he told me to do, I did before. I had to do he asked me to do some resets on the network details, lost all of my Wi-Fi, lost all of my Bluetooth pairing, needed to deal with that for other things, but nothing with this app worked. A week passes after my last interaction with them, and he comes back and he says, I talked with our engineers and try switching off the data. I switch off the data, clack, it connects. What happens I was so happy that it finally worked.
Uh-huh.
But what I also was happy was understanding what's going on. So when two devices create an ad hoc Wi-Fi connection, there is no connection to the internet, and because of that, some of the new routines in Android, they still allow an internet connection through the data channel. Okay. And so there's this internal DNS routing that still goes out to the network for some call. And
Oh.
so if there's a and what it does try right after the connection, it tries to connect to this to a DNS name, but it's expecting to answer that DNS name with a local IP because it's hosting its own network.
Right, on the local, yeah.
Right. But the phone wants to, keep you safe from prying, the hijacking of DNS when you connect to an unknown Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Right. So the phone tries to protect you from that, and so it doesn't give that answer. So once you disconnect the data, then you are only with the Wi-Fi hotspot.
So that's the only thing it finds.
Yeah. So try that.
Well, I'll try it.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm seeing you later today. You'll tell me if it works.
Yeah. Maybe I'll bring both phones.
Oh yeah.
It's just. I mean, they are talking. I mean, I couldn't figure out. Okay, so you're showing me step by step, and one step that page is not even there. What do you mean? What do you mean choose receive or send? I don't see that page that says that. When I click next, it goes to turn the other phone on. So I do. And the other one is doing the same thing. It says, hey, make sure the other phone is on. And both of them have the word sender, which I figured they're trying to send on
well,
the.
my guess is they couldn't see one another at all, right?
Very
because
possible.
of that.
You're right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing. And the other thing that drove me crazy, and I had to wait a few hours. So you put the battery in and you plug it in, and it's charging. It's about 7%, but it's plugged in. No, the app will not allow you to do it. It says make sure that it's the phone is charged at least 40% before you do it, because we don't want it to die. Well, it's plugged in.
I understand, but you understand that if there was a power failure, you can't rely on the battery necessarily.
Okay, that's a good point.
It's insurance. It's
that's
insurance
a good
for
point.
them.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's right. See, need to think outside the box. Yeah, that is absolutely true. If there was a power, yep.
And you have a nice little brick.
Yep.
You should just buy a new phone. Come on.
That's what he did.
No, but I mean a new phone.
Nah, I don't want to.
He still wants to copy over all the stuff. It'll still be the same issue.
No. You need a Pixel, Amnon. Come on, buy the latest Pixel.
Are there any new phones that the battery is replaceable anymore? I don't think so.
No.
Everything is built in.
Oh, they're replaceable. You just can't do it yourself.
Yeah, well,
yes and no. I mean, I don't. I think it was the last iPhone, the one before last that came out. It's like all the break fix places. They said they can't even open it
because they have to melt some glue and some other things are really weird. Yeah, it's really basically swap it out and they take it somewhere and they scrap it.
Yeah,
we tried to change the battery in my daughter's Moto. I don't remember what model it was, but we did it and the battery worked. The problem was that one of the connectors to one of the little, I don't remember what the connector went to, this tiny little ribbon cable. The connector on the little system board got cracked and I glued it and it worked okay. And it wasn't a phone she was actively using. She was using it more like a tablet, but it was very difficult. Had to, pull a lot of glue tape, double-sided tape off and just really to separate it out. It was not fun. I'm surprised these repair houses even try. To be honest, they can't have a guaranteed good customer experience.
So Amnon, to answer your question,
Yeah.
they're still making phones with replaceable batteries. Yes.
Yeah.
You know GSM Arena?
Who?
GSM Arena. I'll paste it in the chat.
No.
So GSM Arena is a site where you can compare phone specs and all of that. They like focus on that. They've been around for like probably 20 years now.
Okay.
They have a phone finder. And when you go to the phone finder, which is this link, you have tons of filters that you can put. So I just put on removable battery, and at the top, I asked for years since 2018, 45 different phones. Interestingly enough, none of them are flagship phones.
That's fine. I mean,
Yeah, but
that makes
there are great phones. Yeah, seems like
Yep.
there's
I mean,
some good, very good phones.
you may not think much about replaceable batteries that you just take it out and put another one in. The reason why I want it
Fantastic.
is Kathy many times keeps the phone in a pocketbook and it stays there overnight or whatever. You know, she wants to go out. Oh, and the battery is dead.
Mhm.
So yeah, you can charge it in a car and all that, but it makes a whole lot more sense. She said my battery's dead. I'll take it out. I have a charger on my desk that always charges a battery for one of the fit both of them, and I'll take it out. I put it, and she's got a charged phone. Don't have to worry about it. So it does have its points to have a battery that you can change. And it works. It always worked for me. So that's why. And those phones are also. I mean, they change so much. That's why I buy mine used. I mean, older phones.
Yeah.
On eBay. You know, instead of paying $600 for a phone or whatever, you know, it's $70, $80, and it's fine. So I'm always a couple of generation behind. But the way that I use a phone, it doesn't make any difference to me. Now, here's something else. You know what that is?
Those are wireless earbuds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they are modeled after the
Apple.
The
Apple
one,
AirPods.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that Apple users have huge ears. This
I agree.
thing
I know
will
what you mean.
not stay in my ear. It will not. And I
The
tried.
original, everything that Apple's ever produced with earbuds for me have never stayed in my ears.
I
Ever.
mean, this thing is huge. And I tried with 3 other people that I said, you know, here, it was cheap. So when I saw it, I just got 4 of them. And it doesn't fit anybody. It doesn't fit anybody. I don't understand. And it's such a nice, I mean, it's really a nice setup. You know, it's the box is the actual charging box and everything. But no. I'm saying, why are they making them like that?
I want to show you guys a funny meme picture that I found.
All right.
It's got to do with phones, and specifically, you see if you get it when I show you this. Comparing different cameras on board phones. This says these are pictures taken of the scene at Tiananmen Square.
Yeah.
Using different phones, right? iPhone X at the top.
Oh yeah, right.
Pixel
They took a
3,
picture of it.
Galaxy S10, and finally the Highway P30 Pro. Do you get it?
Yeah, of course.
Interesting.
Oh boy. Okay.
So
much,
looks like
for that.
Yeah, looks like the Huawei is a lot better. A lot calmer. You know, the tones, they're a lot calmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it soothes the mind.
It's built in.
The filters are
Yes.
great.
Oh well.
Yeah. So yeah, I got one of them for each one of you guys too.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I mean, it
But
sounds good. It really sounds good. There's no doubt. But I mean, I'm not going to sit there and,
yeah, I've had the same problem with in-ear earphones. The
Mhm.
only ones that I could suffer were silicone buds that go in, like like earplugs.
Like earplugs.
Yeah, those I liked. There used to
Do
be,
they actually make something like?
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all flexible.
Yeah. So
Let me see.
this is a Bluetooth
Yeah.
one, right? So
Right.
this sits on your neck.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
Up.
Yeah. Okay. Something like this. Okay. So this, yeah, I need to. It's not a mirror. So
That's
it
right.
comes like this. This
Yeah.
sits on your neck, like this. Okay.
Right.
So it's comfortable. And then left and right, they come. Where do you go?
Yeah. I mean,
So the earphones themselves, they're sort of wired to the base.
put the ear
There.
the earbud in front of the camera.
And now, you see, those.
Oh, they just have a silicone
Yeah, they have a
tip.
silicone.
Yeah.
And this is what goes into your ear, right?
And they have great battery life compared
Yeah,
to
because
Yeah,
the
because it's
battery is
big. Yeah.
huge, right? Yeah.
I had a pair of those. I don't remember the brand. I used them a long time until I finally was working and I yanked too hard on one of the cords
Yeah.
and I lost that ear. But I have a couple of different versions of them that I use that have excellent battery life. They're big, they're clunky, but
Yeah.
it's okay. I'd rather have more battery life than.
Well, my son, he still doesn't subscribe to the wireless. He hates the fact that he needs to remember to charge them. But we have these, which is another idea like that, right?
Mhm.
So the module itself, right, has nothing. Then you just put on a silicone bud on it, and you put it in, and basically
That's all
this
it is.
plastic
Yeah.
is just holding the wire. The battery and everything is in this thing,
Mhm.
right? That's the entire size of the module. There's a lot of stuff like this. I mean, even what Apple brought to the market wasn't anything new. It's just the design that they chose was a bit unique, right? The idea of these headphones that you just cut the wire for them. But I somehow feel that anybody who really uses them and says, "Oh, they're the best, they're comfortable," he must say it because he paid $150 for them.
Yeah.
So
I mean, all the reports that I was reading, I mean, and there are a lot of stories about them every week. I just don't find it necessary to. Is people? I mean, it's complaints about losing them. I mean, yeah, they sound good. Okay, fine, but the price, and then you read all these stories from You Fix It, that they're opening it up, and these are not repairables by no means. Nobody can repair them, not even Apple, the way that they are put together. And when they opened them and they look and they said, it's no different than a $10 earbuds. I mean, why are they charging so much? Because they can. Exactly. Because they can. But
because it's not the electronics that cost. It's the Apple stamp.
Yeah,
card.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course. All
I'm
right.
pretty sure the ones that you bought are probably made in the same manufacturing area.
Probably.
Yeah, right. And they just, these Apple only wanted 1 million, and we made 1.5 million. Let's sell these to
Yeah.
another distributor.
I mean, it is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, the whole the it has a box. It has a USB cable in it. It has that case that charges it, and the $4. I mean,
$4?
$4. Give me a break. You know, I mean, what? How? But
Fell from the back of a truck.
Now, yeah, it came. It took 3 weeks to get here from China, but still, and no tariff on it yet.
Is the package banged up?
No. Oh boy. And Spence, there's a story here about Apple, and I don't use it. I don't know. God, you might be familiar, but they're saying that Apple's dashboard is getting quietly removed from the company's upcoming Mac OS Catalina update. I don't know what the
I don't know
dashboard
what that
is
means.
and why it was important to be a big story. The Verge citing Apple Appleosophy and Mac rumors. The dashboard first launched years ago with Mac OS X 10.4 Tiger. And so its
The
final update
Wikipedia.
in 20. What?
The Wikipedia page starts, dashboard was an application for Apple Inc.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I like about Wikipedia. It's so fast to update on stuff like this. Okay. Dashboard. You remember in Windows there was the sidebar. Windows Vista introduced it.
Sidebar? I never used Vista.
Yeah,
I-
it still lingered around, but it was like this sidebar where you could put widgets on. A clock that looks nice, or a calendar, sticky notes.
You mean the thing that would open up when you go to the right side?
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
So Apple had something like that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not really a dashboard. Dashboard, you think about the control center, that controls.
Well, this is a consumer operating system, so yeah,
Okay.
it's that's equivalent to a dashboard. You put simple controls that show you stuff, that you can, when you click, what they'll take you somewhere. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, that explains it.
do we have any age limitation in our in who is hosting the show?
No.
I have a visitor.
Dum 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 dum. Oh, look at look.
Hello.
She I call her our granddaughter in practice,
Because you have her so much.
because she visits us a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah. And so
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got permission from the mom. I told her, can I show her to everyone on the show?
Amnon, did you get the email I sent you about the new Apple cable?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this is
Yeah.
a new
You.
trend. This is going to be the
Single
new
use
trend.
design.
I mean, they need to increase their revenue. So this is a great new idea. Single-use lightning cable. It disintegrates into a fine powder after one charge. You have to, and every time they detect a charge, they send you a new cable. It's a new subscription, and they've decided that they're going to expand this across the entire product line with one-use Macs and one-use phones. If you don't subscribe to you don't have to subscribe, but the Babylon Bee is a great parody site. They have some really good stuff. Interesting. My daughter always sends me the best stuff, and she sent me this the other day. It was so fun.
Single-use cable.
Yeah, single-use
This
cable.
reminds me, they used to, The Onion, way back, The Onion Network.
Yes.
They had two videos that stick with me about technology. One was right after Apple came out with the iPod. Yeah, the iPod. It had a circular interface, like a ring that you slide your hand on. So you're either going forward or backwards or navigating through the menu on it. And so they did a news announcement that Apple has just come up with a brand new laptop with the simplest interface ever. Instead of a keyboard, there's that round circle, and they're interviewing people who are allegedly buying it in the stores, and everybody's so excited about it. It's like, oh, it's so simple. If I just want to type a letter, I take it around until I find the letter, and then I go to the other. It's like everybody's so ecstatic about it. That was one, and the other one wasn't about Apple, was about Sony, and they called it. And so the news anchors, they sit down and they said, and they state, Sony has just come up with the new product, this new stupid fucking shit. And that's the name of the product, and everybody's so happy about the new stupid fucking shit. It's like, yeah, I'll try to find the videos. Those were hilarious, and returning to them every time, it's spot on. It's still true to today. So,
well, talk about hilarious also here, and this is apparently real. Last month, a Swedish startup company called Kangaroo announced plans to deploy hundreds of PogoSticks in select cities to directly compete with electric scooters as a transportation option. And they said they're going to start with San Francisco. So can you see Google? Okay, all these people are hopping all over the place.
Well, maybe they can put it built into it some type of generator that generates power, right? Every
Well,
bounce will charge a battery.
That's just amazing. PogoSticks. I still don't understand how those scooters. Who makes the money, and why? They have them downtown Raleigh, and it's as far as I'm concerned, it's very dangerous.
My daughter was thrown off one. She didn't get badly hurt, but she was all bruised up and cut up. She fell.
Oh,
Emily, yeah, she was. They were riding along, and there was a dip that she hit a little bit too fast and just pitched off of it. Thank God she was wearing. She wasn't wearing shorts at the time, but she had a bruised hip and some cuts on her elbows, and yeah, it wasn't fun, but it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, but a lot of these people, when you go downtown, I mean, they're on the street, not on the sidewalk.
They're on the sidewalk.
No, I mean on the sidewalk. Okay, but on the street,
yes.
And you have to slow down and go around them. And what?
Yeah, I thought there was something about they had at least one of the companies had to remove them. Some that they did in violation of something, but no, it's yet another version of the dangers of the hoverboard.
Yeah,
you got unfortunately unskilled people riding them, and you watch on YouTube, you see the videos of all the people falling off the hoverboards. It's not fun.
It's not funny at all. No, it's
some
not.
people are laughing at. I'm looking at you. Some of these people, you could see they got really badly hurt. So,
only funny if it's their fault.
Pretty funny if what?
If it's their fault.
Oh well, I don't know. I mean, I get the same feeling when Kathy likes to watch the America's Funniest Home Videos, and some of these
Oh,
things, people
oh.
Yeah.
hurt themselves. You know that they hurt bad. I mean, come on, what's funny about
Now these shows remind me how old I am because I, I, they don't make me laugh.
So last Wednesday, YouTube announced that it would shut down, demonize, and otherwise punish channels that promote violent extremism, supremacy, and other forms of hateful expression. Predictably enough, this crackdown has caught some of the world's leading human rights campaigners who published YouTube channels full of examples of human rights abuses in order to document them and prompt the public and government to take action. So they block them too. And there was one guy that had a whole lot of them out there from, I can't remember where he was from. And it was the teachers were going in and looking at those to get stuff to teach kids. They shut him down. They reinstated it later. But come on, you guys, you want to use AI? Perfect it.
There are glaring examples of how arbitrary this is. And yet the people that you can tell who's going to get nailed at first.
Yeah.
But then the people that get swept up in it too, and they claim there's, oh no, we didn't mean it or whatever. It was the algorithm or something that did it.
It is.
And well,
it is the it is.
If you look at across the board who's actually being targeted, you can find extremist sites that are left up.
Yeah.
While somebody who doesn't necessarily share their political views is canceled and has, I'll give you one example. Steven Crowder was just demonetized, and he has sat down. He's had meetings with YouTube. He says, look, I don't want to do anything wrong. I don't want to do anything that's going to ban me. What do I have to do? Tell me. I will do everything you ask me to do so I can keep my channel going. Sat down with them, completely blindsided by this, demonetized and shut down.
Did you see did you see the video that he posted it where he apologizes?
No.
There's a video where it's done in sarcasm. And he apologizes for he's great.
Yes, he's very you watch his stuff. I love
funny.
He does go out of his way
I did not watch him before Nick sent me this particular video, and I'm laughing. Come on, what are you doing? You're actually attacking these people, but while saying, "Oh, I apologize."
But he has some very good videos. He'll set up with permits. He never goes anywhere he's not already authorized to go to, and he'll set up like at a college campus. He'll put out a statement. He'll say, "I believe this. Change my mind. Sit down and let's talk." And he actually does get people who will sit down and actually talk to him. And they've throughout, I mean, he challenges them and they challenge him back, but at least nobody's screaming.
Good. That's good stuff when you challenge.
It's very good because if you can't express, the whole point is to not just point the finger and yell at somebody. If you tell us what you really think, tell us what it is instead of this is bad because somebody told me it's bad, or what do you really think? So it's good because it's actual intelligent conversation.
Yeah, it's that's
perfect. He's one of the most successful. I forget how many followers he had on YouTube. It's in the tens of millions.
Yeah, they'll follow him some other place.
Well, I'm hoping.
Hopefully,
3.9 million.
So 9 million.
3.9 million.
I thought
that's the subscribers.
Oh, subscribers. Okay, but I think that if you look at total hits,
it depends. It probably has
individual
hits.
Yeah.
I mean, has some videos. He has probably more.
I watch some. I don't subscribe, but I do watch some of his stuff. It's interesting. It shows up in my most frequently watched.
Popular ones: 31 million, 27 million views, 22 million views. So definitely.
Yeah, that's
But I think there are many people now gearing up for lawsuits. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, well, I mean, 31 million views. That's not. I mean, Computer 2K now gets more, right?
Uh, over the lifetime of the show, you mean, right?
yeah. And Comcast, if you're a Comcast subscriber, you may get something. Comcast on Thursday was ordered to refund nearly 50,000 customers and pay a $9.1 million fine when a judge ruled that it violated Washington state consumer protection law hundreds of thousands of times. The Attorney General of Washington State sued Comcast in August 2016, accusing the nation's largest cable company of tricking customer into buying a near worthless protection plan without disclosing its significant limitations. Buying the $5 per month plan ostensibly prevented customers from having to pay each time a Comcast technician visited their home to fix problems covered by the plan. But in reality, the plan did not cover the vast majority of wiring problems, the the Attorney General lawsuit said. Moreover, Washington state attorneys said that Comcast led customers to believe that they need to buy a service protection plan to get services that were actually covered for free by the company's customer guarantee. So this is amazing, you know.
It's just business. Come on.
Yeah, right.
Just business.
That's so you may, if you're a Comcast customer, you may be getting some money back if you fell for that.
I think they must have used the same business development manager that Wells Fargo had.
Yeah.
You see how Wells Fargo is desperately trying to rehabilitate their image. With
Of
their
course they
commercials
tried.
now.
I mean, now
Oh.
that's no wait now. Now that's good business practice to try to rehabilitate. That's good.
Well, if they
They-
actually have changed, that's
Yeah,
good.
that's
business
the
practice,
problem.
But that
Yeah.
doesn't mean anything. You can hire professional
Correct.
rehabilitators to come in and fix your image,
Yep.
but not really change. So
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Spence, you
Re-
ready for your specials?
I am
Oh.
ready. And I'm happy to announce that we have actually hired a business development consultant who has given us new information about where the next market we need to crack to boost the show. And that is we need to get into the booming drive-in movie business. It's
Okay.
just grow. We were reassured that it's growing leaps and bounds. So now we're going to have commercials running at all the different drive-in movie theaters throughout the world that are just growing exponentially. So,
But you know,
we're
I mean,
reassured that
all these people in their cars, they're not watching us.
no, they're actually on their phones watching other stuff.
No, I think they're making out.
And they said the next big market will be snack bar AI, so that we can tell what people want in advance. Oh, I heard very interesting take on AI. You know who Scott Adams is? Scott Adams is the writer of Dilbert,
Okay.
the comic and the books, and he has a daily podcast. He calls it a Periscope, and he has public current events, things like that. But he talks about AI, and there's a guy that he has an expert on a regular basis, a professor that he says he has to disagree with him about AI. And he says, you know what, AI, what people don't realize, AI can make decisions, but it does it based on algorithms and learning. He says, but what you don't take into account that AI can't replace people because people make mistakes. We make a lot of mistakes, and we might make 1,000 things. You get 1,000 things wrong for every one thing we get right. And he gave his own life as an example to say, look at all the things I've tried to do that weren't successful. He says, I just happened to fall into Dilbert and had a big win. and how. But if you go to YouTube, just look up Scott Adams and look at this video. I think it was from yesterday, where he talks about in the beginning of the show. It's not a long show, but he does talk about AI in the beginning. It was amusing. But be that as it may. Okay. Computers 2K Now specials for June 9th, 2019, starting with laptops. We've got some deals out there. At Best Buy, we've got an entry-level AMD A6 laptop. This has a 4 gig of memory and 1 terabyte hard drive for $249, $50 off. Office Depot has a Dell 13.3-inch Core i7 machine. It's pricey, but it is $270 off. It's I believe it's a clearance item. It's $1,079. But if you want an ultrabook thin i7 13.3-inch small workstation, it's a good deal. 8 gig. It's got a 256 gig solid state drive that might not be big enough for a lot of people. It depends on what you're using it for. Staples has a HP 17-inch i5 for $439, which is $190 off. Desktops all in ones. Best Buy's got this is an older machine, a Lenovo Idea Center 21.5-inch touchscreen all in one. It's got a Pentium quad processor, 4 gig of memory, 1 terabyte, but $449. That's actually a pretty good price for an all in one. Save $50. Office Depot has a HP touchscreen all-in-one. This is a 23.8-inch machine, AMD A9 for $539, $140 off. And Staples has a i5 desktop machine for no, it can't be an i5. It's an i3, I'm sorry. i3 desktop machine for $389, $80 off. That's got 8 gig and 1 terabyte hard drive. Tablets, Best Buy has a Lenovo Yoga convertible laptop, touchscreen, 15.6-inch Chromebook for $649, say $50. Office Depot has this is a great deal. That's why I put the little star here. Dell 14-inch touchscreen convertible laptop, i5 8 gig memory, 1 terabyte hard drive, $479. It's $220 off the regular price. I am not particularly a fan of touchscreen mode in Windows 10. I do have a Windows 10 touchscreen laptop, which the touchscreen works whether you're in tablet mode or not. It doesn't matter. So that's very convenient, but I don't particularly care for when you flip it into the other mode. But touchscreens definitely are useful. And I find
But you can disable it and use like a wireless mouse.
Oh, of course. No, you don't even have to disable it to do that. I mean, I have my Dell little ultralight that has the glide pad built in and the touch screen. They're both on at the same time.
Yeah, but the touch screen, the why I don't like it is because if you happen to touch it, you invoked something.
Yeah, if you in most cases they're designed in a way that they can tell the difference between you touching and actually doing something and accidentally touching it. They're pretty smart. So this is a i5 $479. This is a good deal. And Staples has an Amazon Fire HD. Now that is wrong. That says i5 32 gig. It is a 32 gig machine, but the i5 wasn't. That is not correct. Amazon Fire HD tablets don't have i5s in them, but it is a 32 gig tablet for $119, $30 off. Sorry, the little graphics I do sometimes. This was still pretty. I do Staples first. I work my way from left to right. So there are more mistakes in the beginning because I'm just barely sipping my coffee when I get started on Sunday mornings. Okay.
And what? And wait a second. Wait.
What?
What is the meaning of that Chinese star there?
Chinese star? That's a Soviet star.
I mean, a Soviet star. I'm sorry.
That means it's recommended by the Russian government.
Oh, okay. That's all.
As having the necessary built-in surveillance tools. Approved. Kremlin approved. Okay. Networking. Best Buy has the Linksys Velop Tri-Band mesh system 3-pack for $379. That's $100 off. Hold on a second here. I have the fan going in my office. It's taking my blue screen and making it slide over and hit me in the head. Hold on a second.
Oh,
No, I keep coming. It like keeps
that
coming in
building,
and hitting
that
me
building
and
keeps hitting you in the
closing in on
head.
me here. I'm sure my background keeps getting weird here, but
No, I couldn't tell. I mean,
oh, okay. I just turned the fan off. Office Depot. This is not a typical sale item, but this is a great tool. TP-Link AC 1900 high gain dual band wireless USB adapter for $69.99. This will allow you to take a fringe machine in your house. It doesn't care if it's a laptop, desktop. You plug this into a USB port, and it becomes a dual band adapter. It is directional, so you can actually point it at the location in your house where you have your access point. And if you want to solve a single machine's issues, but like something you have in your bonus room or in a garage or whatever, or if you want to sit outside on the porch and work and have access to a weak signal, this is a great device. Staples has a Netgear Nighthawk C7000 dual band DOCSIS cable modem router. This is a 24x8 DOCSIS cable modem, AC 1900 Wi-Fi, and also has the built-in USB ports, so you can share those USB-based devices on your network. This is for $179. It's $30 off. If you have a need to consolidate all these things into one platform, it's a great deal. The issue with a single platform is if it breaks, you lose everything.
Yeah.
So, but I generally have spares laying around, spare router. I actually have a spare older cable modem that I can fall back to if I have to. Won't be as fast, but I have something that'll work. Okay. Storage, Western Digital, 4 terabyte USB 3.0 portable drive for $99 for portable. Say $50. That's at Best Buy. Office Depot has a USB 3.0 32 gig flash drives for $8.99. Save $9. That just doesn't seem right. I
Yeah,
think
it
that
does.
might be. I think might be 16 gig instead of 32. I just bought a 2-pack of 16 gig USB flash drives at Staples, and it was $9.99. It was a USB 2.0 though. That's the difference. I have to check that. But good prices at Office Depot on USB 3.0 flash drives. Staples has a Seagate 2 terabyte backup plus Ultra Touch portable for $79.99. Save 10. Accessories.
Wait,
Yes, sir.
wait, Gal, you had a special for a hard drive.
Yeah, I'm looking it up. I sent it to you via Skype, right?
Don't send it to me because it's not going to do any good. I mean, I can't.
No, I need the link to check it.
You can just tell us. It was something about a 10.
10 terabyte from Best Buy
10?
for $160.
10 terabytes.
It's still on. Yeah, it's still on.
And that is a raw drive or a USB drive?
It's a USB 3 drive. The drive inside is a SATA. It's a good SATA drive. Yeah, I just bought 6 of these.
As we were walking out of Staples yesterday, I said to my wife, I said, I hold in my hand a 16 gig flash drive. I said, I worked on the first DASD string at IBM that was 1 terabyte. And it was the size of a Volkswagen microbus.
Yeah, but this, I mean,
amazing.
10 terabytes. Jeez.
Yeah, that's incredible. Well,
all right, next.
Okay. Accessories. We have the Razer Electra V2 wired 7.1 gaming, Dolby 7.1 gaming headset for $39.99. That's $20 off. Office Depot has a J5 Create type USB-C multi adapter. It's a multi adapter. You could call it a little mini port replicator, but it's 2 USB 3.0 ports, an HDMI port, and a gigabit Ethernet port. $72.99, $7 off the regular price. That's a handy little thing to have if you have USB-C on your laptop, for example. You come home, You want to just set it up on your desktop. You don't have to worry about plugging in other cables. You plug in the USB-C connector and you connect your power and
A docking station, basically.
It is a little docking station. They
Yeah.
really call them port replicators.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's got display and Ethernet in it is nice. Staples has Logitech keyboard for tablets. This is a Bluetooth mini keyboard, $49.99, $20 off. Monitors and multimedia. We've got at Best Buy a 23.8-inch Acer monitor for $99, save $80. Office Depot has a 27-inch curved monitor for $199, so $100 off the regular price. And Staples has a 23.8-inch Acer monitor for $89. And it's not the same monitor. It's a little bit different, but it's the same size as the one they have at Best Buy for Acer. A little bit different model. Printers and scanners we have at Best Buy, the Canon Image Class MF743 wireless color all-in-one printer for $329. That's $200 off the regular price. If your business needs this type of a product, the fact that it's an all-in-one does a lot of different office functions.
Do you know if this is inkjet or laser?
No, it's laser.
Okay.
It's laser. Office Depot has Epson Workforce Pro WF3720 for $79.99, which is $70 off. And Staples has a Canon Image Class wireless mono laser, all-in-one. Does not have a fax machine, but it's a printer, scanner, copier, and mobile print device for mobile devices over direct Wi-Fi connection. This is $154.99, it's $45 off. Home automation and security. This is the first time I've seen a name brand device that will let you control your garage door opener without having a separate hub. This has its own hub, so it will connect directly to your Wi-Fi. It works with other home automation systems, but does not require them, which is really nice. So if you have a smartphone, you can check the status of whether your garage door is open or closed and close it remotely or open it remotely. You want to let somebody in, whatever, for $39. This is half price, $40 off at Best Buy. I might actually get this because I do have a sensor on my garage door to tell me when it opens or the status I can check. But I can't tell you how many times I've had to go around the block because I couldn't remember, did I close the door? Because I'll go out and load my car up in the morning in the street, and I don't necessarily look back to close the garage door. So I have to go back and check.
And Spence.
There's a caveat, though.
What?
Caveat.
So the MyQ, I just got that, so I know it. Not this. I got to replace the garage opener, and it has MyQ built in. So as you said, from the app you can do it, and that's for free. Like there's no cost in operating the app. But if you want to hook it up to other services like IFTTT, you need to buy their subscription.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, but the fact that this as a standalone device for this price, it's great.
Yeah. However, no, the price is fantastic. Yeah. However, if you have a SmartThings hub, a SmartThings hub, then you can load. There's an application somebody wrote that uses the regular API, not the paid-for API, and you can get integration. Smart integration for that, and that will be free without the subscription.
Yeah, like I said, I have no plans to use MyQ, and I'm just going to use it as a standalone device, just so I can reassure myself. I've actually got a text message one day from my neighbor to say, "You drove away and left your garage door open. Did you mean to do that?"
Huh.
I said, "No, but if you wouldn't mind closing it for me, that would be great."
Okay, but I have a question about this. What makes it that it's only for a garage door?
Because it's made to activate it hooks up to your physical keypad. It doesn't talk over wireless. It is not an actual remote for your garage
Right.
door, but you hook it up to your keypad. They tell you how to do it, where it actually, and the keypad is really just the inside one that's the buttons inside. It's a doorbell button, right? It's
Okay,
just,
so I mean, if you wanted to hook this to a light, to wire it
you could
with
hook
the
it to I don't know what the voltage is,
okay,
capability is of the relay that actually activates the switch.
okay.
This is a
So it's
device
really
that just closes a circuit,
okay. So it's
a
really made
low
for
voltage circuit.
Oh no,
So
no, not only that. You see that
the
light?
one,
It looks like a light. It's a light sensor. So you put it on the back of the garage, and that's how it knows whether the garage door is going up or going down. It's not exactly a camera. It's not a high definition camera, but it has enough. It collects enough information whether the garage door is going up or down, so the app can tell you whether the garage door is opening or closing.
okay. All right. So it's made
Yeah,
it's made for
yeah.
okay. Keep going. It's fine.
Besides, $40 will be
Right.
too steep for switching a light.
I know, but I was just wondering if it would
Yeah.
work. Okay. All right, Spence.
Amnon, you can set it up to have it remote start your generator.
Yeah.
It will require some other intervening electronics, but you can get it to work.
Right.
And you can have the sensor can detect the temperature of the exhaust stack to tell you that it's running. Okay. Office Depot has a sale on all the Google smart home products, $30 to $99 off. Staples has a Vivitar Wi-Fi cam for $39.99. That's $10 off. I tell you, the standalone Wi-Fi stuff that doesn't require subscription. Some of them have subscriptions in order to save video or to save video longer than a day or two. But if you just want to have a simple way to monitor, say, what's going on
Yeah,
inside
just
your
to look.
house,
Right.
this is good stuff. I mean, check the ratings. Most of the problem with the ratings with these products is not necessarily the product; it's the really bad documentation on how to set them up and how some of the products are badly translated instructions. Or I ran into with the Zomoto stuff. There were 4 different methods for adding cameras depending on what kind of camera you have, what generation they were. So until I figured that out, when I finally realized that, wait, I'm using the wrong one, and I used the right one and understood it, it was a breeze. But it took me a minute to get there.
Mm-hmm.
But generally, the products themselves are pretty good. Okay, moving on. We get to Walmart. I just was talking to a neighbor last night about, I wonder what it would cost. My wife wants to put a TV in their guest room. And I was wondering what it would cost for them to put a TV in there. And I'm like, I said, it's really cheap. Check Walmart. Here we have, well, 2 examples. The second example is a really cheap one. 55-inch 4K smart television for $319.
With
Right?
Roku.
What's that?
And it has Roku.
Yeah. 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 This is what I'm saying. It's smart TV. It's got now, is the quality going to be, who knows? What's the difference between the more expensive version of this that rolls off the same production line? Because there's only so many places that make these LCD panels, right? It's just that the pixel quality on one is better than the other? I don't know. But for $319, even if you use it for 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's incredible. So, and I don't have a very critical eye when it comes to picture quality. I used to go through this when I go pick out television. Oh, this one looks so much better. I can look at contrast and brightness and see that. But other people are looking for artifacts, video artifacts, and blackness of the black screen and all that stuff. It's like, I just know what I like, and when it looks good, it looks good. But $319 for an RCA 55-inch special buy. This next one, TCL was the first company that had built-in Roku, right? It's a 32-inch. It's only a 720p HD, but really, for $118, you could pick it up today in the store if you want it. They've got a Lenovo Chromebook. 14-inch for $159. The regular price was $299. They've got a TP-Link AC750 range extender for $29.99, normally $39. They've got a clearance on the, I don't know where they get these names. Fleurion, like flower yon, right? 1080N HD security camera system. Damn, $235. It's got 8 cameras and a built-in NVR and mobile support. Right? Comes with the hard drive clearance item for $235. That's amazing. And we have the last thing we have here is the a door ring Wi-Fi, a home door ring Wi-Fi wireless visual camera for $43.99. Now this is a knockoff. I understand that, but it does have the app. It's a clearance item, so it's pretty cool. All right, so finally, but wait, there's more. A couple other things at Staples. We've got an HP solid state 500 gig drive for $54.99. That's $65 off. Staples also has the Morphe Juice Pack Air iPhone 10 case. This is a charger case that has additional battery built in, and also lets the phone continue to work with the wireless charging system. So you don't have to take it out of the case to charge it, which is pretty cool. I forget how many hours they say it adds to the phone's capability over time, but $59, $40 off. Office Depot has coming for the upcoming Father's Day celebration. They have it starting at, oh geez, I did it again here. What I do, you see these things leak through. When I build the presentation, the forward graphic, I say bring forward, and I put the other ones to the back. And sometimes I don't realize that it's going to bleed through in certain cases, but ignore the 4 gig, 500 gig. This family photo album book you get does not have 4 gig of memory. But starting at $19.99, you submit the photos and they will send you a photo book for Father's Day. And I think it's a 2 to 3 day turnaround. So if you're looking to do this, you need to jump on it. But good price there. Dropping straight down into the next item from Office Depot, we've got what I liked about this little drone, and not only is it cheap, it's $19.99, half price, used to be $39.99. It does not have a camera, and you don't need a camera to train on this thing. This has a training mode, a beginner's mode for learning to fly this thing. If you want to learn to fly a drone and you don't want to spend a lot of money, here's the place to go. Now, it doesn't have a lot of battery time, whatever, but it will teach you how to do it and to learn the dynamics of it. The hardest thing to learn when you're flying a drone is keeping your perspective and the drone's perspective into account. When you first start to fly a drone, don't use the built-in camera because it will just mess you up. Just fly it and watch it. Because if you fly it straight ahead, and you turn it 90 degrees to the side and you try to fly it that way, still looking at it, it's going to be really hard. You don't realize how hard it is to manually do the controls, taking into account that you've now turned it 90 degrees. So unless you turn 90 degrees with it, but this way you can practice. Practice is important. You need to learn how this stuff works and advance as you go. And when you figure out, hey, I am actually good at this and I like it, then you can buy a more expensive drone.
Yeah.
Don't start out with an expensive
$20.
Start out with an inexpensive one. What's that?
Yeah, $20. I mean, if you crash it,
and it's got good ratings. I mean, it's the fact that it's got the training mode is important. And it's also got some nice safeguards. I like the way they have the shrouds around the propellers so people don't get hurt, especially flying inside. Okay, so at Best Buy, we've got an LG 8X external USB, a double layer DVD drive for $24.99. That's 15 off. And Amnon, this is for you. They have the Sims version 4 game on sale for $12.99. That's $27 off the regular price.
Okay.
I know that you've been waiting for this price on the Sims.
Finally.
4. Yeah, this used to be a big deal. Oh my gosh. This
Mhm.
was like one of the hottest games. Okay. Walmart has a deal. I said, what's the biggest TV that's selling under $1,000, right? 75-inch 4K television for $799. You go into Costco now, and it's like you have to struggle to find the very small section of the store where they sell screens smaller than 40 or 50 inches, because everything they sell in the store is gigantic. It's amazing, and the prices are incredible. But $799, and they've also got a deal on. And I didn't realize that you could go to Walmart to get this stuff. This is an Apple third generation iPad, 9.7 and 16 gig of memory, refurb.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on the memory that you get. It's 84 to $99. So if you're looking for a fairly good performance iPad Generation 3, I have a Gen 2. That's just a little too slow with the newest software. I think I've had the last iOS update that'll take a while ago. But it's a single processor. It's not great. But I
But
think
you will
Gen 3.
but you will own an iPad.
Yeah, well, I have one. I mean, I use it.
No, I
I still
mean
use it.
to
Yeah.
buy it for that cheap and have yeah, I do have an iPad.
Yeah, but this is, I believe, the first generation that actually had the multi CPU processor. So good deal. And finally, at Walmart, they've got great value hot dog buns,
Now
8
you're
count,
talking.
for 88 cents. So that's 8.1 cents per hot dog bun. Do the math, right? And that's
Very
it
nice.
for specials for what is today? Anyway, June 9th, 2019.
Yep. All right, Spence.
All righty then.
All righty then. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Spence, the buns, can you order them online?
Absolutely. This is the grocery pickup thing. You just
Pickup, come on.
No.
Delivery. I want free
Oh,
delivery.
you can get that too for 88 cents. I don't think they deliver, but you can order them for 88 cents and just swing through, and they'll bring them out to your car. So there you go. Drone delivery's coming.
Yeah, they're just
Hey,
going
I
to drop
forgot
it
the
right.
hot dog buns, and the drone flies into your picnic there and drops them off.
Yeah, right into the grill to be warmed.
Yep. Yeah, their grocery pickup service is amazing. They built a whole off of the side entrance to most Walmarts where they have the garden department.
You know what they have now? They added.
What?
They will bring it right into your refrigerator.
Like what, the transporter? Like a Star Trek transporter?
They're doing a lot of these are giving Amazon a run for its money. And they were talking about it, and it was on the news actually, that they will deliver it either to a garage refrigerator or to your refrigerator, but you're required to buy a special lock, and they will be wearing a camera that can be monitored live or later on if they want to. And only people that have been working at the store for at least a year will be allowed to deliver.
Wow.
You know?
I heard something about Facebook getting into this business too.
Yeah.
Facebook. I was like, really? But I might be wrong because I read so many tech stories that sometimes I jumble it up. So
Yep.
oh well.
Facebook
see.
delivers unbelievable. All right. 919-518-9773. Computers 2K voice on Skype.
How many viewers do we get on the Facebook live stream?
I have no idea. I don't.
Single digit.
But do you get to see later views? Did they record? Do they provide that information?
I don't check the.
Because my royalty checks from Amnon have been really low lately. I want to make sure I get credit for all the different watchers we have, and not,
Well, I thought they can't get lower.
I actually looked it up the other day because wanted to know about, do actors from movies get residuals
Oh, it depends on
And
the contract.
they do, but it
Yeah.
has to go into syndication or be in video distribution for it to happen. They don't get residuals from movies shown in theaters. They get residuals from when it goes into another format. So if a movie is very popular, like The Christmas Story, that gets shown over and over and over again on cable, and people download it or whatever. So what's his name from that movie? The kid who played that part has made a fortune on that one movie.
Oh yeah, that's true. My dad, back in Israel, he used to in the army, they used to have bands to entertain the troops, and for his last year of service, he got into such a band, and they produced an album. So for about 15 to 20 years, he would get like a check in the mail every quarter for, I don't know, like the equivalent of 75 cents or something like that for royalties for songs played from the album in radio. So yeah, it's it's an interesting anecdote. It's like seeing the system work from within. He never needed to subscribe to anything. He never needed, but the moment he was a content creator, produced and distributed by a record company, the system works that way.
My daughter was an extra for one episode of one of the shows that was produced in North Carolina down in Wilmington. I don't remember, One Tree Hill or something like that. Whatever. There were a couple of shows that came out of there, and she just was sitting in a college quad, and she got checks for like 75 cents every so often for a while, and it stopped. But it was she got whatever it was the day that she got paid for the day of $75 or something, and then got a few residual checks.
So even the extras get residual checks. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, she got an additional check at some point and I think it was based on the fact that the show was shown a couple of times, and yeah,
nice.
Plus all that publicity.
Talking about,
I think, Spence, I think we need to go out on a strike
and ask YouTube to.
we should ask our employer to increase our pay at least by twice.
Okay,
if you're asking to make it like 4 times.
Just ask for it and you got it. Okay, you got 4 times. Gal, you only twice. Spence, you get 4 times. If you I mean, I don't know why I'm saying that. I mean, am I the employer?
What do you think, Amnon? Let's talk about this.
Yeah, I haven't gotten any 1099s from him. So.
Yeah.
So Amazon's home surveillance company Ring is using video captured by its doorbell cameras in Facebook advertisements that asks user to identify and call a cop on a woman who local police say is a suspected thief. So they're showing her in advertisement and say, if you saw this woman, call your local police. So I think they're not using that. Mm-hmm.
No, hold on. The way they got the footage in the first place, right?
Yeah.
Is through the door. The Ring has this neighborhood
sharing
something. Yeah, which is at their internal that's their internal social network.
Yeah, so, maybe. Because
there's no maybe.
They're saying that using video capture by its doorbell cameras.
Right. The doorbells, when Ring has this social network. That you right. So you opt in to share a video clip with a notification. Look out! There's somebody out there. The moment you click share, right, you relinquish control over that. So I'm saying, yes, that's true, but it's also consensual.
Yeah, well,
Maybe I don't know about the ad part, right?
well, they said
That's,
that they said that it just shows her face, and it says, and that's on Facebook. It says, if you recognize this woman, please contact the Mountain View Police Department. Please share with your neighbors. It's superimposed on the video.
Mhm.
So it's interesting that it finds its way to other social networks.
Oh,
Um,
moment you hit,
I wonder
you hit
when.
share, it's
I wonder
there.
when is the first. Who's going to be the first one to sue them? Let's see what else we have here. Here's something that I wanted to talk about, and I mean, it's God. This is right. With internet service growing faster and more profitable, subscribers are becoming expendable, meaning pay TV companies no longer need to entice customers who are threatening to quit with discounts and special offers. This is from Bloomberg. Over the past few years, pay TV stocks have suffered wicked swings as investors reacted to growing subscriber losses, but they've recovered as the companies shift their focus to lucrative broadband services. Comcast, the largest U.S. cable provider, is up 22% this year, and Charter is up 36% to a 21-month high, outpacing the 12% gain for the S&P 500. That's despite accelerating pay TV subscriber losses at both companies last quarter. It used to be when customers would call and say, I'm thinking of cutting the cord, they'd throw all sorts of promotions to keep them from leaving. And this comes from some industry analysts. Now they're saying, goodbye, it's been fun, enjoy the broadband subscription. Cable One Incorporated, a smaller cable company with about 305 residential video customers, even helps cord cutters choose between online alternatives like YouTube TV or Hulu's live TV service. And cable executives are now focused on what they call profitable or high quality video subscribers and less interested in cutting deals. The report also says that pay TV providers are making up for the lost revenue by charging everyone more, which I was always wondering why, they can just raise the price, and if they have the monopoly in the market, that's it. As customers drop pay TV, cable companies will actually see their profit margins widen. That's because much of their pay TV revenue goes right to channel owners like Disney and its ESPN in the form of subscriber fees. Fueled by expensive sports rights, those fees are even rising faster than cable TV bills, hurting profits for companies like DirecTV and Comcast. Those who cancel cable TV typically upgrade to faster, more expensive internet, which is far more profitable for these companies.
Exactly, because they don't need to care about content anymore.
Right.
Just about the tube that brings the content.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you would
Total
never
sense.
you would never think that. It's just amazing.
I'm just amazed that it only now starting to happen.
Well, I mean, it's finally. I mean,
But
maybe
it's
they.
finally.
I guess there are enough people who are cutting the cord that it begins to hurt them, and when they look and they weigh the video services versus broadband services, they say, well, we're not making much. We're still paying those. If we don't pay If we don't have those services, we make more money. True.
Right. And I think, right, that for a company like Comcast or Spectrum, when the subscription rate will go down on TV,
Mhm.
it'll be a leverage for them to negotiate with the content provider better prices because, hey, you're not keeping my subscribers here, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I know it's probably not, but it sounds like they're finally taking the side of the viewer instead of the side of the content provider.
I think they're
I know we're way far from
yeah,
there.
they're taking
But
the side of their pocketbook.
oh, for sure. But now the side of the pocketbook is aligned at least with the viewer,
Yeah.
or at least a bit more with the
They're-
viewer.
They're going to do to the content provider what we used to do to them. They go to the content
Yeah,
provider and
exactly.
say, "Hey, we're
Exactly.
canceling you. We don't need you." Oh, wait, we'll give it to you then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And the subscribers, yeah, they will leave, they will come. Let's put it this way: nobody subscribes to a TV provider because of, yeah, I don't think there's anything like super exclusive about a TV provider anymore. Right?
Right.
So choosing between, first of all, you usually can't choose, or you can choose between satellite and cable, right? But whoever doing cable in your area, that's who's doing cable. So there's no real competition. Makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Finally, some news about the cable providers that makes sense.
Encouraging.
Yeah.
I was, I don't know, did I talk about AT&T last week? No, I don't think so. With their subscription.
No.
I have Uverse also here. I mean, right now I'm actually streaming using both Spectrum and AT&T. But it's for redundancy. So if one goes down, I have the other one. And the good thing about AT&T, and I said it again and again, if power goes out, Spectrum goes out. Spectrum does not back up anything. AT&T stays up. So I was paying $70 for 50 by 5.
Okay.
And this was after it was going up and up, and I called them a few years ago and I said, "Look, I'm using you as a redundant. I don't really need it, so I'm not going to pay that much." They were going to go up to 90 some. And she came back and she said, "Okay, you know what? We'll make it $70 and it will never go up." I said, $70 bottom line. I mean, no taxes. No, $70. That's the bill. And it's been like that until last month. I got it and I saw 75. I said, "But did I forget to pay, or did I pay late?" I thought it was a late payment. No, it went up $5. So I called them and I said, "Look, no, first I went on their site and looked to see what else is available, because I said, okay, because I can go to 75 by 10 or something like that, and it was actually also $70, but you have to pay all the taxes and stuff." So I said, "I'm not touching it. It's working. I mean, I'm leaving it like that." So I went and looked, and I came across where it says that for 12-month agreement, it's $40 a month for 75 by 10 or something like that. And afterwards, it's going to go to $60 after the month. So I click on details, and it's specified that it's for new and existing residential customers. So I called them.
Yeah.
I called them, and they couldn't find it. I said, "Look, it's right there on the website. Here's the address." And he went and came and went and this and that and the other. And he came back and he said, "Okay, look, we will do $55." And I said, okay, because I know I can call him
Yeah.
again. It's fine. No, I'm going to call him. I'm going to say, here, I want to understand, why do you have it for $40 on the website, and you telling me that you're not going to give it to me?
Mhm.
But then when he finished everything, I said, see, I don't understand why you guys went up $5. If you did not go up $5, if you weren't greedy, you would still collect $70 from me every month. Because you were greedy by $5, now you lost $20. Does that make sense? And he laughed, and that was it.
Yep.
So yeah, it's something that apparently they, and with really the difference between Spectrum, Comcast, and AT&T is, don't forget, when you get AT&T, every TV that you use in the house is taking away from that bandwidth.
Yeah, because it's using IP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Spectrum, it does not. With
True.
cable, it doesn't. With DSL and Uverse and all that, it takes
True.
away. So to have I mean, you can get, like 45, what I have, 45 by 5, or yeah, it's 45 by 5. To get that and to have 3 TVs in the house, your speed for internet is going, I think each one is taking 8. I think it's
Something like
taking
that. Yeah.
8 megabits down, and something up.
Especially if you have the DVR recording.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it's you have to take that with cable. You don't have to take that into consideration, because
Yeah.
you still have the speed. So even 75, which is the tops that I can get here in the neighborhood, which I still don't understand, but I'm hopeful because they're burying fiber outside
Fiber.
on Jones
Yeah.
Franklin. What?
They're burying it, but are they going to hook it up or just bury it?
I don't know. I have no idea, but I mean, they are burying real fast. Last week they were doing one side of the road. Yesterday when I went out, yep, I see them on the other side of the road already. So, and
I
it's
could never get anybody interested in my business plan to say, just run cables on the ground everywhere and keep replacing them as they wear out.
yeah.
Right? Hey, if it lasts a
The
month
weird-
or two, and
the-
then you put a new one down, you just have trucks driving around replacing them.
The weird thing is, Spence, when they run fiber, so they start at the beginning of the block and go all the way to the end of the block, and you see the tail ends coming out of the ground.
Yep.
They're doing it. It seems like every 100 feet, it comes out. So you have people every 100 feet digging
holes.
with a manual
Yes.
hole digger, and every 100 feet you have those 2 ends coming out, and it continues, and then another 2 ends. And I'm saying, there's nothing there. Why would they put a junction? I mean, the only thing I can think of is they're going to put a junction.
Well, when you say the 2 ends, it's the inner duct that's sticking up.
Yeah. No,
Right.
no, the conduit.
No, that's the inner duct. That's
Okay.
the flexible plastic tube.
Yeah.
That sticks up out of the ground. They're going to run
sticking out.
fiber through that. They may not terminate it there. They might put it right back into the neck, but they can't run fiber that far between breakout points. So they have to run it to one point, pull it through, and then stick it in the hole and run it to the next point and pull it up again. And then what they do is they'll put a couple of coil loop there of the fiber, so that in the future, if they want to splice into it and use it there, they've got a place they can touch it again.
I mean,
So
the way that I saw them running in the past is they have those digger that like
the ditch witch,
and that just goes and buries it. As long as you go,
it's a giant chainsaw. The problem
Yeah.
with that is that it disrupts everything really badly. The underground boring thing that goes down and they can steer it back up again and pulls that's a great way to go.
Yeah.
And what they've done, they're really just preparing for fiber. They're not pulling fiber yet.
Well,
So
I don't know.
But this way they have locations and they have a buried vault basically with a coil of fiber in it, so that if there's ever a cut somewhere in between the two
You can go-
locations,
Yeah.
Now they can just cut the bad ends off and pull them together without having to splice in a new section. So it's really good planning on their part to do it that way.
Well, I wonder whose plan is that. I mean, there are no names. It's private
It's
private trucks and all that.
contractor.
But when I drove and I came when I came back from Home Depot and toward the house, at the very end of that whole line on the other side of the road, there was an AT&T truck parked. So I don't know if that was somebody
Probably
who's
them, because I don't think Google Fiber is actively
No, I don't think so either.
going into any new neighborhoods now.
I
I
don't think
always
so.
ask the workers. They know.
Yeah, you have to stop there, and that's not convenient to stop without interrupting traffic. I was going to, but it was a good sight to see.
So if you slip them $5, will they accidentally steer that fiber
Yeah,
up
toward
into your
the
yard?
house, right? So Mozilla announced a slew of privacy improvements. That's for Firefox. The company has turned on enhanced tracking protection, which blocks cookies from third-party trackers in Firefox by default. Mozilla also improved its Facebook container extension, released a Firefox desktop extension for its rebranded Lockwise password keeper, and updated Firefox Monitor with a dashboard for multiple email addresses. Oh, they took the dashboard from Apple, I guess. That's why Apple had to do away with it. So it's interesting. They are really improving Firefox.
I'm moving because I'm going to be not taking my Mac with me to Alaska this year. I'm going to take my Lenovo
Yeah.
Carbon with me. I'm using Firefox now to sync between the two machines. I've used Firefox on the Mac for years and years and years, and now I have Chrome on everything else, but because the Mac was my travel machine for a long time, I'm going to just use Firefox to synchronize the stuff I need to do from an internet perspective, links and passwords and all that. And I'm going to just copy over the needed files. I'm probably going to set up Dropbox and just use Dropbox for.
I don't know. Since
file
Gal
sharing.
turned me back onto Firefox, the only time I use Chrome is right here now for the Hangouts. That's the only thing I use it for.
How is the Chrome how is the Hangout extension for Firefox?
I have no
I've
idea.
never tried it. I mean, Hangouts works, I think, but I use Chrome for Hangouts as well. I figure if Google is going to track me anyway, I'll do it on their platform, and then that's the only thing I'm using it for.
Yeah, that's the only thing I use it ever.
I did find some sites are not playing nice. Firefox doesn't play nice with them. Some e-commerce sites. So sometimes I fire Chrome if I see a problem with there, and usually that tells me that the sites are really misbehaving when it comes to back-channel communication between remote sites or cookies sharing or something like that. So I definitely blame the servers and not Firefox for that, but it is an annoyance that might steer people away from it.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. Every now and then I'll fire up Chrome on my computer when something is not working right in Firefox. But
Yeah.
I don't ever remember that Chrome actually fixed it. It was the same problem with Chrome, and I said, okay, so that's some problem at the end of the line. It's not because I'm using Firefox.
Well, I can tell you, United Airlines, their site doesn't work well with Firefox. I mean, it looks like everything is working, but then you get some little quirks like changing, I don't know, the meal order of a flight, right? So everything goes through, it looks like it went through, and then you go back and it didn't load anything. and then I go to Chrome and I do it, and everything works. So they're using something that Firefox isn't okay with. And there are probably additional examples like that, but there is a nice Firefox extension which is called Launch in Chrome. So wherever I am, I click that, it opens Chrome just for the page I am. I then close it, and I'm good.
Huh?
Yeah.
Let's see what else we have here that I wanted to bring up. FedEx is not going to renew its U.S. air delivery contract with Amazon because they are competing with them. So they said that they're going to concentrate on serving the broader e-commerce market. That I think that's going to hurt Amazon some, but they're asking for it. Huh?
I don't know. At least in our area, I've never seen Amazon use FedEx. They either use USPS or UPS. I've never got a FedEx shipment from Amazon. So I'm guessing it's for specific areas.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, the truth is everything lately is coming through Amazon. Yeah. Well.
That's because Amazon is amazing.
Amazing.
Well, it is amazing.
That's their logo. You look at the logo, it's Amazon, amazing from A to Z.
Oh, I've never.
Yeah, if you look at the arrow, it's a smile, but it connects the A to the Z in the name. It's also some secret cult of alien worshippers. That's and
that's why they want the drones, right?
interdimensional beings. Yeah, I caught a video the other or a podcast the other day. I just happened to stumble. Stitcher will give me suggestions for different things, and this person was a prepper for the coming food shortages that'll happen by 2023. We're going to have food shortages because of the collapse of the agricultural system due to the sudden onset of an ice age. So he says we're in the prep time now. Then they're monitoring everybody's sales, credit card purchases, and even cash purchases for those people who are hoarding food.
All right. Well, it's that time of day. Well, go ahead.
Spence, you felt targeted?
I don't think so.
I remember that shelter in your background.
Yeah. Well, nobody wants to talk about that. I think the razor wire may have given me away. This is certainly, if I thought about a defensible place, this isn't it. Not by any means.
Okay.
Is that John Hardy out there on chat?
I kind of doubt it.
No, probably not. Oh, yeah. He's asking, what am I doing on Trafford on Avon? Actually, the background picture is Rouen.
I would say
yes, it is. Well, maybe. Hey, John.
I would say that I don't know. You think so? I would have thought that this was Gary masquerading.
Could be, but that's a picture from Rouen in France. When we were over there on the
there's one way to find out.
Oh, ask him a question only he would know.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to get into it. Anyway,
I can ask him a question.
If it's John, then
what association were you involved with the last time I saw you? What were you? Where did we meet up? If he can answer that question, then I know it's him.
Okay.
It was an unusual place. A fun place.
I guess that's for today. That's it for today.
So soon.
Yeah, I know. Time flies when we're having fun. All right.
We should get
Uh,
John. We should get John on sometime. Really get a hold of him and have
Oh, I
him
would
on.
love. I told John I want him to come here and
Yeah,
take a
we used
look.
to have a lot of fun in the engineer when he
Yep.
was early days when he was the engineer sometimes in the morning, or when we'd hook up with him going down to the station and into his enclave, his like wizards workshop there at the station.
Oh, talking about engineers and all that. Nick got uh, a job now with Capital Broadcasting as a part-time engineer. So he continues the work with the radio station down in Wilmington, but he's also an employee of Capital Broadcasting, and he's very
Nice.
happy about it.
Does that mean he's going to be like an executive soon and move on and just
No, he's
we'll just be
no.
we'll
That
just
means
be the somebody he stepped on his path to the top?
no. It means that he's gonna go and fix electronics and electrics with transmitters and stuff like that for radio.
Yeah.
No, you
So
know what
that's
it means.
great. That's
It means it's gonna piggyback on Capital's channels and broadcast Computer 2K now to the
Huh.
world.
Maybe, I don't know.
That's it. He was the
All right.
one that recommended that we go into the drive-in movie business. Well, he might have inside information that it's going to come back. Well, it's going to have this new virtual technology where you pull up in the car.
The
and
only go ahead.
the AI is going to know what you want to watch, and everybody's screen, everything will be shown on one screen, but they'll use interlacing technology so that your virtual reality glasses only see the segment of the video for you. So they can have 1,000 people watching the same screen, and you'll only see interlaced video of your content. Wouldn't that be cool?
Okay.
Yeah.
You spent some time thinking about this.
Completely useless.
Uh,
I had to come up with something quick. It wasn't very good.
all right. Well, thanks, Spence. Thanks,
You're welcome.
Gal. It was fun. And good morning, Kathy, Hannah, Nabil, Mac, Norm, Katie, and Donna. Thanks, everybody, for tuning to Computers 2K Now. We hope you enjoyed and maybe learned something from our time together. Remember to practice safe computing, back up your hard drive, and update your virus scanner. We'll be back here next Sunday at 9, but you can always reach us at computers2know.com. As far as I know, Nick is going to be doing his show. He said that he's getting back from wherever him and Mike are this afternoon. So I think he would still be doing his show Against the Norm tonight at 7, and at 9, Mike hosts the Crypto Culture Show. Both of these are on Wilmington's Big Talker 106.7 FM, and you can listen on TuneIn. See you next week.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. If you tuned in too late, you can always watch each program in its entirety or download an MP3 audio file of it in the archives section at nissancommunications.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook. Sponsored by Telestream's Wirecast software, StreamingGear.com, Carolina Apparel, and DeltaForce.net.